Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see how to create label frame. Label frame is a kind of border that is used in order to separate or organize your graphical user interface. Let me start as we always do with importing the Tkinter. So this is what we have been doing so far. We have been defining the geometry, the name of the parent window, and we are making it appear on the screen. So now if you run it, now I have this 600 by 600 parent window and the label here. Then the name of the title of the parent window is label frame, and so on. Okay, now let me create a frame, then I will show you step by step how to do it. Okay, let me create frame 1. Okay, so I will say label frame. This label frame will be appearing on the window, and I can make it have a text or a heading text. Let me call it name entry. Name entry section. Okay, so I may have a number of a name entry, so let me define the font. Now let me fix it on the screen. Frame 1 dot grid, then row equals 0, column equals 0. Now if I run it, I will not see anything here because I didn't create any entry or label or buttons that could be positioned inside this frame. So I need to create certain widgets so that the frame becomes active. So now let me create, now it is the name entry. Let me have a number of names, maybe name 1, name 2, name 3. Name 1, label, normal label. This label, this name 1 would be appearing. Okay, so far we have been seeing that name was appearing inside the window, but now we want it to appear inside the frame because frame is already appearing inside the window. So now here we will say it will be appearing on frame 1. Okay, now the other things is as we saw it in the label video. So let me copy this one, copy, paste it here, text. Let me call it name 1. Now let me make this one maybe 14, and so on. Now name 1 must be positioned on the screen. Name 1 dot grid. Now this I must give the row and the column. Row equals something and column equals something. Now this row, we have said that frame 1 is appearing on the window on row 0, column 0. Now this row will be inside the frame, so it will start again from 0, 0. Okay, like this. Now let me run it. You see that name section, name entry section, and name 1 is inside this frame. So this is the frame that I was talking about. This is the frame that I was talking about. Now you see that the space between the frame and the end of the parent window is almost 0. Okay, now if you want to have a space here, you will go here in the grid, here the frame space, you will say par x equals maybe 20. Right, you see here we have certain space here, okay, from the frame. If I wanted also a space on the top, I will say here comma part y equals maybe 20 again. Then run it. I have here a space again. Okay, here I have 20 space, here I have 20 units space. Now if I want the space between the label inside the frame and this frame, okay, now here the padding was in the grid part. Okay, now let me copy this one and copy it here, okay, in when we are defining the frame. Okay, so let me paste it here. Now let me run it. You see now, you see here the name label has a space from the frame itself. Okay, here vertically part y is 20 20 and part x is 20 20. Okay, this is how we position the labels inside the frames. Let me add some other names. Okay, let me copy this. Name 2, then here name 2, here row 1. Okay, row 1. Now again let me copy this. Name 3, then row 2. Let me run this one. I have this. Okay, here I have a space, part y 20, here part x 20, again externally part x 20, and so on. Okay, now let me define entry widgets. Entry 1 equals, if we know how to define the entry widgets, it will be appearing inside frame 1. Now the other, let me take the font to be this one, copy, let me give it a background, pg equals maybe 66, sorry, here quotation hashtag 666666, whatever it is. Okay, so entry dot grid, then row, let me copy this one, copy and paste it here. Then now I will have it on row 0 but in column 1. Let me show you how this one will look like. Here you see I have this entry widget here. Now the padding is here, the part x is here 20. Okay, 20 here, and verticality is also 20. Let me copy this 3 times. Okay, 2 times, paste, and here paste, copy, here paste. Now let me make this one entry 2, here entry 3. Now row will be row 1, again here row 2. Done. Let me run this one. I have this beautiful. Now this is the label frame, and here is the name section. So the user can write their name 1, name 2, whatever, father name, grandfather name, whatever it is. Now if I want to have another frame like this, or here, okay, another frame like this, let me make it address entry section, whatever it is. First let me define frame 2. Okay, sorry, let me define frame 2 here, copy, paste here. So let me call it frame 2 and frame 2. Now I want it to be below this one. Okay, now you see the grid system for this one is row 0 and column 0. Now the second frame 2 would be on row 1. Okay, on row 1, but still if I run it I will not have anything to be appearing here because I don't define any entry widgets or any label, whatever, button widgets inside this. So let me copy these widgets, copy and paste it here. Now let me separate this. This is for frame 2. Now let me make this all appear on frame 2, again here on frame 2 and on frame 2. Now I can call it address 1, address 1. Let me copy this one. So here frame 2 done, and again here frame 2, frame 2 and frame 2. Okay, let me run it. Oh, here it is. Now it is name entry section. I can correct this one, and here frame this name entry section, I will call it address entry section. Okay, now let me run it. Here I have the space here and so on. So when you want to arrange certain sections separately from others, or when you want to organize them for the graphical user interface, it is very good for you to use the label frame like this. So name entry section, the person will insert here the name, and address entry section, you can define buttons, whatever it's okay. If I want to put this frame in the right side of the first frame, maybe I need to increase this screen. Let me make this one maybe 900. No, sorry, this let's be 900. Now if I want this on the right side of this, the only thing that I need to do is I must correct the position of frame 2. So frame 2 is here. Frame 2 is on row 1. It means this is row 1, row 0, this is row 1. So I must make it on row 0 on column 1. Okay, this is row 0, this is row 1. This is column 0, this is column 1. So this part will be row 0, column 1. So the only thing that I have to fix here is row 0 and column 1. That's all. And if I run it, oh, you see it here. Okay, in case you may want to change the border depth or the border thickness, okay, let me go to the, for example, in frame 1, let me go here, let me say border depth equals maybe 10. Let me run it. You see there is a certain depth increase in the line with respect to this one. Let me make this one more beautiful, and let me give it relief equals maybe reach. Okay, reach would be better run. Let me run it. Now it becomes more beautiful than this one, I think. Okay, if you want, you can make the depth look like this. If you want to have certain space here with the name between the frame and the name, just come here, have a space here. Okay, increase the space here in front and the back. Now you have some space here and some space here. Okay, as you want. Okay, so that's all for this video. If you have any questions, any comments, please write it in the comment section. Thank you. Goodbye.